Assalamu alaikum, family. Peace be unto you. Welcome to the Sajdah Morning Coffee Talks, where we talk about life, love, and business. And I just had a burning desire to talk to us today about accepting our own, being ourselves, figuring out what did you show up on the planet to do. Let's get into it. Be a friend, tell a friend, and we'll see you in a few minutes on the other side of these commercials and a quick prayer.
O Allah, guide me among those whom Thou hast guided aright, and preserve me among those whom Thou hast preserved, and befriend me among those whom Thou hast befriended. Bless me in whatsoever Thou dost grant me, and deliver me from the evil of what Thou hast judged. Surely Thou judgest, and none can judge against Thee. And he whom Thou befriendest is not disgraced. Blessed art Thou, O Lord, and exalted be Thee above what they set up besides Thee. I bear witness, nothing deserves to be served besides Thee. And I bear witness that Muhammad is Thy servant and apostle. Amen.
I have received so many pleasures, so many very good to look at, whether you own them or not. It's a pleasure just to look at such presents. Why, I have never witnessed so many presents. I think I have to build me a house for presents. This shows what Allah can do for you and me if we believe in Him.
There is nothing that we could not accomplish in the name of God. You know what your problem is? You don't have even a worthy goal to strive after. I'm going to give you an assignment today. Here's an assignment Is there something you want? Do you want something? Something that you want, but you have not been able to get it? Huh? Close your eyes. Do you see it? Whatever it is that you want, first envision it. You got the picture. Do you see it? All right, now the question is, you have to claim what you see. I claim this. I claim it. I believe with all my heart in the name of God that I'll bring what is in my imagination into reality. We're going to bring it back like it never was. I see in the dome the name Allah written in Arabic. But I can't just dream. I got to go to work. How do you bring it into concrete reality? First, without faith, you can't what the vision?
Assalamu alaikum, family. Peace be unto you. Welcome to the Sajdah Morning Coffee Talk, where we talk about life, love, and business. I hope you all are having an amazing week. Let me tell you all, that video that I just showed with the minister receiving the energy and talking about the process of reacquiring and developing Mas Mariam, that little clip is so powerful to me. And shout out to Sister Anura for putting that together for me. She actually did that maybe 2 years ago or so. But it's so powerful. And the reason why it's so powerful for me is because there are techniques and processes around manifestation, around receiving energy, downloads from an inspiration from all over, from everything that can help you to use your body as a conduit to create, to reacquire, to renovate. And so that video means so much to me because it's that process that I've been striving to use, that process that I was able to witness in the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, that I want to embody, and that energy I want to use and learn how to further create and go deeper. See, part of the problem for many of us is that we don't have a cause or a purpose in life that is bigger than us. I'm going to say that again. We have to work on figuring out, what is our purpose in life? Why are we here? What do we show up on the planet to do? What cause do we believe in that is bigger than us, bigger than the boundaries of our ego, bigger than our life, bigger than anything that we can imagine, so big that we would die for it? Is there anything in your life that's like that? See, part of the challenge that happens is that we're in these physical bodies, these physical avatars. And after a while, the powerful life energy begins to wear the body down. And then the body starts to move a little slower, and we start to consciously feel aches and pains and not really, or we start feeling the evolution of the aging process. But if you notice, when you get excited about something, when you get that adrenaline, when you get that hormonal level, you get those serotonin levels, then all of a sudden you start feeling like, okay, well, maybe I can sort of defy what's happening in my body. Maybe I can adjust this process inside of my body. And if you notice, a lot of times, with the exception of people in our community that are killed and martyred, when we have a cause that is bigger than us, something that makes us get up in the morning when we're tired, something that makes us decide that, look, I gotta stay healthy because I gotta see this, or I gotta make sure my body is healthy. I gotta get up and take my herbs. I gotta stretch. I gotta exercise. I gotta meditate. I gotta pray because I gotta be healthy for this particular goal that's bigger than me and bigger than my life. What is that in your life? What is that in your life? What is that one thing that you believe in so dearly, that you are so committed to, that it would take wild horses and an act of God to pull you away from it? What is that one thing? What is that one thing in your life? I want you to think about that. Think about that in your mind. What is it? Is it your children? A lot of people say, well, it's my children, it's my family, but they don't go all out for their children and their family. They're not pouring into their children and their family. Or they say, well, it's my job, but they only go so far with their job and their work as far as they feel comfortable. What is that one thing that you would go so far that it would make you uncomfortable? What is that one thing? And there's blessing and longevity and a fulfillment of life when you discover and find that one thing. I asked Allah to give me something this morning that would go with this particular topic. And he guided me to Surah 59, verse 18. And it says, "O you who believe, keep your duty to Allah, and let every soul consider that which it sends forth for the morrow. And keep your duty to Allah. Surely Allah is aware of what you do." What I keyed in on there, obviously keeping our duty to Allah. But what I keyed in here was, let every soul consider that which it sends forth for the morrow. What are you building? What is your legacy? What are you doing for tomorrow? What are you doing today that's going to impact those that are here beyond your life? I'm going to look up the word consider because he used the word consider in that verse. And I should have put it up on the screen. Consider means to think carefully about something, typically before making a decision. Now let's go back and think about it using those words. We'll go back and read it using that thought of that definition. "O you who believe, keep your duty to Allah and let every soul consider." And consider meaning what? To think carefully about something, typically before making a decision. Let every soul consider that which it sends forth for the morrow. Think carefully about our actions, what we're doing. What are we putting into the earth? Are we putting anything out into the earth and into the world that will mean something on the morrow? What is that cause that's bigger than yourself? What is that cause that will heal you overnight? What is that cause that will help create longevity in your life? What is that cause that makes you get up when you don't feel like getting up? Makes you find the money when you can't imagine where the money is? What is that cause? And I encourage us to begin to reinvent and think about evolving into that space and into that type of being. Why is that so important? It's important because coming off the heels of the recent election, all the things that have happened in 2024 that is shocking people and got folks talking, all the propaganda and all the PR that's out there, everything folks are dealing with, the election and who's going to be president, who's not going to be president. Are we walking through the volume of the book, which we absolutely are? Are we in the space of revelation? Is it the end of the world? What do I do? Do I just lay down? I hear so much of that theme during this holiday or this Thanksgiving season. So much of that theme where everybody's coming from that pivot point of the unknown, that pivot point of the end of the world. And I don't know if we realize that if that is our pivot point, if that is the foundation of how we're acting, how we're thinking, why we're doing what we do right now, that uncertainty that came from the election or from that they taught you at church or the mosque or whatever, if that is your foundation, the world going to end. I don't have to care anything about what's happening on this earth. I've even heard sisters saying that they're not even thinking about having a husband because God is going to come back and choose them. I don't know the wicked person that is taking people off focus of living this life and this powerful act of resurrection that we're all a part of, but you're a wicked person. That means that you're teaching us to give up on ourselves, give up on one another, not build relationships, not invest in what we have in front of us, not try to build, not try to find a higher dimension to go through so that we can interact properly with each other. It's just, oh, it's the end. We at the end. Let's just bail. What does that mean? Why are we getting instructions in the Holy Quran to consider what we do that impacts tomorrow? I'm paraphrasing. Why are we learning about this? Why learn about the end of the world if it's not a possibility that you could be here after the end of this so-called world? If there's not a possibility, why we keep having babies? What is the point? The point is that there is a cause, a person, a thought, an idea. There's something bigger and beyond yourself that you can latch on to and believe in. There's a power greater than you and I that is in charge, that has given us instructions on how to be, how to eat, how to live, how to conduct ourselves, how to be civilized, how to tune in, how to access modern technology, How to access modern technology so that we can connect with what's on the other side as all of this world crumbles around us. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, we got to live today. But for some reason, I won't say for some reason, but many of us have given up. We really just waiting for the other shoe to drop. And even if you are part of the destruction, you should be saying to yourself right now, if the other shoe drops in 5 seconds, I have impacted the next generation. I have impacted what's on the other side. If the shoe drops and I die when the shoe drops, then guess what? I've been impactful. So let's go to work. Let's figure out how we can do good without having to ask somebody. See, because when you ask a person that's scared how to fulfill your dream, how you should evolve to walk into why you showed up on the planet, they're going to give you a version and a response that is based on the restrictions of their ego. I'm talking about you. Stop asking for permission to do good. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave us a quote. I read it a while ago. He said, don't wait for somebody else to do good. You do your part. What are you doing? What are you doing to impact humanity? When is the last time you actually did something nice for somebody? And it wasn't so you could make up. It wasn't so you could get something out of them. It was just for the pure fact of saying, I want to do something nice for you. When last time you did that? We got to the point where now we have gift exchanges. We exchange a gift. I see people practicing this even with their Savior's Day gift. That's messing up the point of giving a gift. It's a gift exchange. Why not gift somebody something and not expect anything in it and anything back. Just do something nice. Be there for somebody. Say a kind word. What are you doing that's going to impact something, a person, a cause that is beyond the sovereignty of yourself? When last time you poured into somebody? When last time you gave somebody something? Did something to them, for them, that's going to impact their life forever? When last time you were there for a child in your life? A niece, a nephew, a daughter, a son, a mother, a father, an auntie, a cousin, a neighbor. When's the last time? When is the last time? Let me give you an example of something that was interesting, that kind of germinated the spark that made me start thinking about this. About 2 weeks ago, we were at the Honorable Elijah Muhammad house, and one of the neighbors, we needed some water for something. We needed to use a hose, and he said to me, "Absolutely, I take great pride in being able to help a neighbor." And that just kind of struck me. He said, "I take great pride in being able to help a neighbor." And I thought, wow, we tend to live a life of subtraction. No, you can't use mine. No, you can't have none of this. No, don't put your stuff in my garbage can. No, you can't use my water hose. No, you can't do this or that. And it struck me because I'm also that person that if I'm shoveling snow, if I can shovel the neighbor's snow on each side, just the sidewalk, I'll do it. If I got somebody blowing leaves, I'll tell them, just blow theirs too. That's just the neighborly way in which I live my life. I was blowing leaves in front of my house, or my brother was helping me blow some leaves in front of my house. And I told him, I said, just get the neighbors what you can reach over the gate. Just get theirs too. But why are we so concerned that giving something to somebody is taking something away from us? Why? I want to take a minute to look at a video. Y'all know I like showing y'all videos. I hope y'all doing good today, because I just want us thinking about this. Again, let me, hold on one second. Let me take this off. My focus is on those of us that are doing for self and understanding the holistic cure that is offered in doing for self. If we really understand it, if we really apply the concept of doing for self properly. And my interpretation is not just putting a black face on an existing business model, but really going deep inside and figuring out, who do I need to be in order to have what I want? And that doing for self is also being in submission to Allah. Doing for self is also walking into my purpose. Doing for self is also taking charge of myself and having sovereignty over myself, my finances, my health, my mental health, my body, sovereignty over myself. And in that sovereignty process, I have an opportunity to heal and attract to me what I need in order not only to sustain myself, but to thrive. And so my focus is on those of us who get that and who are working to get that, because it's a big process. And oftentimes we get so caught up in, I got to get my business. I got to get some money because I got to pay these bills. I got to do this and that. And we lose sight of why we're doing the thing in the first place. And we lose sight of asking ourselves, why are you doing what you do? Why are you doing what you do? And then when you create a product or service, how else can you serve something outside of yourself? It could be as simple as owning a restaurant, serving farm to table if you can, preservative-free food, putting love in your food, praying over your food, making sure that as you're cooking, there's a certain vibration. I'm huge on that. If I'm cooking, even if I'm just cooking for myself and it ain't nobody that's going to eat it, I'm making sure that there's a certain vibration there. See, the kitchen is our pharmacy, not just our physical pharmacy, but our spiritual pharmacy, our metaphysical pharmacy, our energy pharmacy. So I'm looking for sounds and music that has high energy. I may not be bumping the latest hip hop tune or the latest, I don't know, funk tune from the 70s or something. If I know that it's not high vibrational, I'm looking to heal. I'm looking to elevate. I'm looking to go to that next dimension, but then I'm also considering the fact that what I do today can impact somebody else tomorrow. So if you eat my food, there's love in that food. There's intention in that food. There's healing in that food. That is my goal. And so I set the metaphysical tone before I even start chopping stuff up. That's how focused I am on that. If I choose a perfume or a scent to wear, just like I created the Sajdah Ouds, I'm creating something that I believe that when you smell it, it should elevate you. I want you to think about these things. When you're creating your products, I talk about going to the Sajdah virtual gift shop with the QR code here, and you find this sweatshirt. What is it doing? What are these gifts? What are this gift shop items? What are they doing for you? What do they remind you how are they elevating you? What is the purpose of whatever it is that you do? If you sell cookies and cake, what kind of love are you putting in that cookies and cake? I'm so sensitive to that even if I taste food, I can tell what energy space the person was in when they cooked it. Straight up. It just has a difference to me. It even smells differently. Sometimes I can get into a space and I can even tell by the aroma of a person what vibrational level they're on. But that's how serious about this is. And when Allah blesses you to be able to scent and sniff out low vibration, now what do? You don't judge. You don't go, ooh, oh my God, that person stink. They got a low vibration. You figure out how you can be of service. Especially if the person's close enough up on you where you can smell their vibration. Then your question becomes, how do I raise their vibration? How can I be of service? How can I help? You know, every time I've been blessed to call the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan on the phone, and he comes to the phone and he asks, how can I be of service? And so for me, even when I may receive a random phone call, sometimes I'll receive a random spiritual message, and y'all know I see folks that passed on, and I'll see people and I'll say, how can I help you? How can I be of service? Because I want to be the one that's helping Allah to establish his kingdom, establish and ignite revelation and evolution in people. But that begins by us accepting our own and being ourselves. So what is the cause that's bigger than you? What's greater than you? Let's check out this quick video, and then we're going to be out of here this Friday morning. I promise you. I'm not going to keep y'all long. I just had to get this off my spirit.
Looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever, because believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart, even when it leads you off the well-worn path, and that will make all the difference. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. You've got to find what you love, and that is as true for work as it is for your lovers. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking and don't settle. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become.
But you're going to have some ups and you're going to have some downs. Most people give up on themselves easily. You know the human spirit is powerful. There's nothing as powerful. It's hard to kill the human spirit. Anybody can feel good when they have their health, their bills are paid, they have happy relationships. Anybody can be positive then. Anybody can have a larger vision then. Anybody can have faith under those kinds of circumstances. The real challenge of growth, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, comes when you get knocked down. It takes courage to act. Part of being hungry when you've been defeated, it takes courage to start over again. Fear kills dreams. Fear kills hope. Fear put people in the hospital. Fear can aid you, can hold you back from doing something that you know within yourself that you're capable of doing, but it will paralyze you.
At the end of your feelings is nothing. But at the end of every principle is a promise. Behind your little feelings, it might not be absolutely nothing at the end of your little feelings. But behind every principle is a promise. And some of you in your life, the reason why you're not at your goal right now, because you just all about your feelings. You all on your feelings. You don't feel like waking up. So who does? Every day you say no to your dreams, you might be pushing your dreams back a whole 6 months, a whole year. That one single day, that one day you didn't get up could have pushed your stuff back I don't know how long.
Don't allow your emotions to control you. We are emotional, but you want to begin to discipline your emotion. If you don't discipline and contain your emotions, they will use you. You want it, and you're going to go all out to have it. It's not going to be easy. When you want to change, it's not easy. If it were in fact easy, everybody would do it. But if you're serious, you'll go all out. I'm in control here. I'm not going to let this get me down. I'm not going to let this destroy me. I'm coming back. And I'll be stronger and better because of it. You have got to make a declaration that this is what you stand for. You're standing up for your dreams. You're standing up for peace of mind. You're standing up for health. Take full responsibility for your life. Accept where you are and the responsibility that you're going to take yourself where you want to go. You can decide that I'm going to live each day as if it were my last. Live your life with passion, with some drive. Decide that you're going to push yourself. The last chapter to your life has not been written yet, and it doesn't matter about what happened yesterday. It doesn't matter about what happens to you. What matters is, what are you going to do about it?
This year, I will make this goal become a reality. I won't talk about it anymore.
I can. I can. I can.
All right, y'all, what are you doing? Get an old-fashioned notebook, old-fashioned pen and paper, and write at the top of it, what am I doing? And start to jot down how you can take what's going on right now in your life to the next level. How do you do it? How do you take what's going on in your life right now to the next level? The way you do what you do at work. Before you even think about another job, or I need to quit, or I need to go get a business started, what can you do better? How can you clean up your act at work? How can you have more integrity? How can you be a better performer and a better contributor? See, you got to outgrow that space first before Allah will take you to the next one. And outgrow it doesn't mean based on somebody else's standards. What can you do better? How can you operate with more integrity? You know those mustard seeds they talk about, faith the size of a mustard seed that can that can move a mountain? I'm talking about those granular level mustard seed size moral moves that you can make, moral adjustments, having integrity down to that little mustard seed. What can you do better within your relationships, within your family? How can you improve? How can you elevate that? What are you doing and what are you not doing? What can you do to tweak your diet, to tweak your movement, your exercise, whatever it is? But I want you to write on that piece of paper and say, what am I doing? What am I doing? Some of us are in positions where we just go at everything half-baked, half-cocked. We put on a uniform, but it's whatever. We go to church, but it's whatever. We go hold posts, but it's whatever. We go volunteer with the sorority or the fraternity, but it's whatever. Find your own purpose within what it is that you do. And your own purpose is what will guide you. Because if your purpose is in somebody else's purpose, you're going to have a hard time if they disappoint you. But if you say, you know what, I love Allah. And I love this, or I love that, or here's my reason, whatever it is. It could just be your pure love of God. I don't know. But what is your reason? If you look back at your life, I have people all the time that say to me, I'm just trying to find my purpose. I'm trying to find something that I could do. I'm like, okay, tell me about your life. Well, I grew up in foster care. Okay, how passionate are you about children that come up in foster care? Or are you more passionate about the foster care parents? What service can you offer through your business where you got experience that you don't even have to pay for? You ain't got to go to college to learn how to be a foster child because you was a foster child, or you don't have to, or you were a foster child. You don't have to go to school to learn how to be a foster parent because you had them all your life. So what can you do that aligns with who you are? And I'm going to tell you something that's really interesting. What you will find, and I know I found in my life, I used to feel as if I had several people inside of me. Like there was the professional corporate person, there was the spiritual person, there was the historic preservation person, there's the music person, there's all these things that I just thought, because I was using my conqueror's mindset, that I had to package up and keep separate. And when I let go of those boundaries and let go of that packaging and just said, this is kind of just me, then I started to see themes pop up in my life. And when those themes popped up in my life, I started being able to be in a position to have projects and access to things where I already had the experience and the knowledge, not only on how to do it, but how to develop a professional intuition. But it's all about owning, discovering, and monetizing your own personal authenticity. And I'm asking you, what are you doing and what did you show up on the planet to do? All right, family, that's all I got for today. We'll be back tomorrow morning for a Sajdah morning coffee talk on Saturday. That's our original day. And we'll have some good, God willing, we'll have a good conversation. We'll see what I get as a download. I don't have any thoughts right now. And if you have something that you'd like to discuss, feel free to, put it in the comments or something like that. And we'll figure out how to talk about that as well. If it's something that I know about. If it's not something I know about, then I'll say, well, let's call up somebody that they do, or I'll just give you my perspective on it if I can. All right. So look, y'all, it's so-called Black Friday. Redistribute the pain. Some of you are like, look, I kind of got to spend some money today. Spend it with a Black-owned business. Spend it with a Black Muslim business. Spend it with a small business that respects and supports you and what it is that you stand for. Don't go into these businesses where you're being disrespected. Don't go into these big box companies where they don't, Sister Tanya said the psychology of money. That's interesting that you said that, sis, because when we started talking about redistributing the pain, there's a thought going on back here about doing a tweak on money psychology. So I can certainly do that because redistributing the pain is really important. But go to our virtual website, give a gift that matters. A lot of y'all are going to give gifts anyway. You can say you're conscious and you can say, I don't do this and I don't participate, but you be out there buying something. Just pay attention to where your money's going. Give it to somebody who respects you. Give it to somebody who you know is about a cause that is important to you. The gift matters, but where you get the gift from matters too. And the use of the gift, what the person's going to do with it, what they're representing with it. Be conscious about that. And we'll talk about that a little bit on Money Psychology tomorrow. Thank you for that. I have no problem talking about that. She said, yes, ma'am. All right, family. I will see you all later. Happy Friday. I'll see you later, inshallah. And definitely tune in tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. for Sajdah Morning Coffee Talks. Peace and blessings, family.
I have told you the first part of my life, I was a farmer in Georgia.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Nobody there was looking at me lying and you thought that I would ever be a scientist teaching the world.
Yes, sir.
See, it is time that brings all that.